It was just a momentary thing, I guess.
Well,
OBS had a lapse in sanity.
well, I was about to flush everything. I was worried it was the end times.
The end times.
Good thing it was only a 2-second disconnect.
Well, hey,
I may have jumped the gun on how important that disconnect was.
just like jumps out the window aggressively. It's just like, dear. Come back.
Leave the dog, we have to go. The dog will still find a way out, chase after us.
Probably. He's adamant.
And you know what he'll do, too. He'll just come up to us and whine about wanting food after all that.
Pretty much.
I don't think the cat's interested anymore.
I think the cat is finally not interested now. He is usually doesn't bother me in here, but today I think because you were here, you wanted to bother me.
Why is it always my fault? I don't understand.
Well,
It's just me.
it's not my fault,
It's
so
just me.
it's gotta be your fault.
It's gotta be. You are at your first hour. It's currently 7:05 Central Time.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you've
did
made
not.
some really good progress for the hour that you've started.
I'm just slowly working this picture up.
Slowly. Well,
Yeah.
it is coming up good so far.
You like it?
Oh, yeah. You had talked about how you were self-taught and all that, and I was going to tell you it's, every time I've seen your finished products, I've been nothing but impressed. So it's not always about the journey. It's, if the ending looks good and you're satisfied,
Yeah.
as long as you don't have
the
seriously
journey is important for the fact that you learn.
Well, yeah,
on the journey.
obviously. But I mean,
It doesn't matter
for
how
a lot
you
of-
learn, though.
What I mean is, like, you tell a lot of artists or artists to be that, sometimes people get discouraged even starting.
Oh, yeah.
And it just, as time goes on and you're working on it, if you're not feeling satisfied, sometimes you'll just give up. And it's like, well, here's the thing. It's going to be messy when you get started.
Mm-hmm.
So, get messy. And then take that clay that you've been playing around with, whatever project you have, and mold it into whatever you need. Even if it's a mess, make something of the mess. See what you can do.
Working on his silver now.
Not that yours is a mess, you're getting your...
No, mine always looks like a mess as I'm working on it. That's sometimes it looks like a mess right up until I get to my detailing. So,
Well, sometimes messes are exactly what you want. Take me, for instance. No. No, but really, I am a mess.
oh,
But
you're not a mess.
we're going into 2019
Fine,
with a
you're-
bright future.
You're my mess.
Well, no, I'm a mess. That I'm not ashamed of it. It's just I'm a mess. But like how you got me started on my work. Can I show off my one that I drew in my picture here?
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
I've been teaching.
I,
Oh, thank you, Oswars. Here's what I'm working on right now. You can see it a little better now. I'm slowly working it up. But yeah.
So I definitely would consider myself an amateur artist, but I do every
I've been
once in a
slowly
while.
teaching him.
Yep, trying to level up. So from nothing to something, you can still make whatever
You
you
won't see
need.
it exactly on that, so.
You won't see it exactly on that. Well, I'm trying
It'll
to keep
show
it
up.
in the light.
So yeah, this
So
is
this
something
was-
he drew on his own. I've been teaching him slowly how to draw, and he did this all on his own and everything.
Yep.
Lined it,
Yep.
watercolored it.
Yep, and let me tell you something. I erased a lot on the pencil lines. There were a lot of smudges of paint, of watercolor that went to the wrong places that I had to reorganize, but
Yep.
didn't stop. Kept going until I ran into something that looked good, and I really enjoy this piece. So, you know, have fun with your mess.
Yeah, I'm gonna make him t-shirts on it.
Yeah,
Because
I
he did so
definitely
good.
want to try to make more art like this that I think would look good on t-shirts. So you may be seeing some of that here in the future. But I need to get food. I have not had anything to eat today.
Well, if you need to go get food, get food.
I will.
That's
But I
fine.
wanted to end on a good note because, you know.
Yeah, and once I'm done with the stream, we'll go get food. If you want.
Oh, let's go pick it up real quick and grab you something.
Well, I have no idea what I want.
Well,
So, let's see. I'm getting there. I probably need to start on her skin tones. Because she does have skin tones. I'm probably going to mix unbleached white. I find is a great starter base for skin tones I want. With a little bit of this. A little bit of that. Let's see. There we go. That is close. Let's add a little white to it. There we go. So I'm going for around this color probably.
very nice.
Yeah. She's not exactly pale, but she's also not very dark. She's just kind of a color that I'm aiming for. I'm gonna actually switch brushes, I think. We'll go with more this style. This is smaller detail. See, I have, she has a little viewer on her. So what I'm going to do is I will color in her face and everything under the viewer. And then when I actually get to the details of the viewer, I'll do a glaze of the color that I want to be over it. The shield, the lens of it.
Very nice.
Yep. And you know what? Actually, this works very well for me because I tend to hold the paintings while I'm doing them. So I can hold it like this. This is normally where I would hold it. And you can see me working on it right there. I was wondering how this test would come out. Like, because I had tested it a few times. I had to get a new stand for it. And this new stand works well. I also found a program. I have a Logitech, a Logitech camera as well. And it's a really good one. A Pro. There's a program called Logitech Gaming Software. You can use that to adjust your camera and stuff like you can in OBS. That's kind of where I learned how to take off the autofocus, because if you, at least for me, the problem with the autofocus is it kept, every time my hand was getting the screen, it would make it blurry. So I had to get to a point where I had to take off autofocus and set it far to the right on the settings, and that allows it not to adjust every time my hand's in the way. Alright, dear, go get yourself some food if you want. You want Taco Bell or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That sounds... Yeah, right on the money.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I figured you'd want Taco Bell.
Ooh. This is why I stay in your house. Ooh.
Well, if you want that, just...
I need to hand you your phone
I gotta determine what I want.
You do. Good thing is you are actually good at multitasking, where I am not. So you can keep showing off your show your piece off a little better. You're kind of twirling. So let's talk Taco Bell real quick. Let's talk tacos. Talk tacos real quick. Let's talk tacos.
Okay. Double chalupa.
Double chalupa.
And two soft.
One soft taco. Two soft.
One soft taco and double chalupa. Yeah, I can't get too much. So.
I won't get much either.
No, get what you need.
I don't need much. You know me. I got a small stomach, but it always wants tacos.
Yeah.
Well, thank you to anyone who has stuck
He's
with our insanity for a little bit. I'm going to leave you with the real professional.
Yep.
Because...
That's Drawzar.
Goodness, you make it look so easy to have perfect hand-eye coordination.
Well, it also helps I'm a gamer.
Meanwhile,
it actually
the rest
helps
of
the
us,
hand-eye coordination a lot.
Meanwhile, the rest of us mortals just have to suffer with our mediocre bears. No.
Oh, that's...
No,
you just need
there's
practice.
some really talented artists out there, and there's, again, as long as you're doing, you'll only get better. I'm going to need to leave your sound controls here for you. So if you need to change a song, it's just right there on the display.
That's fine.
I will grab you your food, and if you need anything, give me a call.
Alright, give me an unsweet tea too. Other than that, yeah. If you want to grab the chicken roll ups, get me
2 of them?
cheese, the nacho cheese.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. I will return shortly.
Yep, and I will be here.
I look forward to it. Looks good so far. Really good.
Thank you, dear.
I was going to say, it's going to be even more fun when you get to the fine detailing.
Yeah. Alright.
Excuse me. I need to borrow you for a quick second. Just go ahead and put that on display so people can see it. What you've worked on so far.
Give me 1 second. Alright, I'm going to set this here.
For your viewing enjoyment.
Let's see if it comes out in a good place so that people can see it.
Just say, if people watching just need to take a quick 2-minute whatever break.
Yep, we'll be right back.
Uh-oh. Kitty got in. Come here, kitty.
Thank you for viewing. We'll be right back. I'm just going to leave this here so you can look at it, at the progress we've made. No shaggrass, you can't come in here. Ah, all right. All right, back to it. I've copper now. So I think I'm going to put some copper here. I'm not, probably for the pipes on her head. I'm going to do them in a copper. Let's see. So I'm going to start with a glazer because I want to make sure this is the color I want. You okay, dear? No? Just don't talk loud.
Okay. Well, I doubt they will. They'll be taking it. Yeah. Okay. Tacos, bye.
Alright. There we go. Try to have that, keep that in thing. One thing that might be a good thing to add is some kind of notification when you get comments on live chat. That might be a good thing to add. I'll have to remember to mention that if you don't hear me. Something not too obnoxious, but something that lets the artist know when someone's commenting. Or maybe a command. I think if you could add a command that people could say that want to get the artist's attention, that might work too. um, like a exclamation point shout kind of command. So if they feel like the artist isn't seeing their post, they can shout for them. That way it's not a compulsively loud beeping noise every time someone comments when there's a lot of people. If you're still watching, thank you for viewing me. Here's how I'm going so far. For now, I'm doing the copper tubing from her head. Keeps her linked in. Right now we're listening to some great David Bowie. This is from his last album, Black Star. And it was such a great album, and he just released it before he died. It's intense. If you haven't heard it before, I highly suggest it. There's a song on there called Lazarus and Black Star, really great songs, and they're impactful. Let's see. I think most of the light is going to be coming from this angle. From this direction is probably where I'm going to have the light coming from. So we're going to aim for that. Or maybe directly from, but I think at least from some of that direction. Somewhere from that direction. Uh-oh. We're gonna switch that. Let's see, what do we want? This is a good song. I'll go for that. getting some of the highlights of the tubing done, is what I'm doing right now. How it's going. Right, now I'm going to touch up on this white outfit of hers a little more. There we go. So right now what I'm doing is I'm working on her plastisteel arms and legs, giving them the white touch they need. White touch-ups. Let's see, what else do we got? What else do we have? Ah, the Prodigy. So if anybody's watching and you're interested, I have a chat group for Discord if you use it. If you ever want to post your art in it, or you want to talk to me and other group people in my group of game streamers and art streamers, just give me a message and I will send you the link to that server. So if you're interested in being part of our personal server, let me know. you are one of the artists that I sent that got to see me post this and are someone that was on my friends list, you should sign up for Art Farm. It's great service. You can do streaming on your profile with a chat room. You can get tips live. You have the ability to sell your prints from the site itself. They print it and ship it, and you set your own prices. It's a great platform. Just being released and it has a great growing community. So definitely sign up if you can. And shout out to Dirk Strangely who made this all possible. He's an amazing artist and he knows what artists need for success. So I definitely suggest, following him if you get the chance. It's Dirk Strangely. Hope you don't mind some MSI because that's what's happening right now. Thank you. So, Oz Wars. I'm not sure if you can hear me. Are you an artist that is part of Art Farm? Let's see. Okay, good. I know there's a little bit of a delay, um, but you know, that's normal with streams. Looks like we're gonna have more MSI. There we go. Wonder why. Maybe it did that because I wasn't talking. Let's see. Oh, okay. Kimberly. Nice to meet you, Kimberly. That's good to hear. Whoop. 1 second. Has a phone call. Yes, dear?
Hey, sorry. They do not have any rebel chalupas anymore.
Okay, just give me the burrito then.
Just a burrito?
Yeah, the way I usually get it.
Okay.
Okay, I love you, dear.
Love you too.
Alright, bye. Okay. Yeah, no, I noticed that. I think it was because maybe I hadn't talked in a while. I'm not sure if it's because of that or something else. It's very nice to meet you too. I'm Sysica. A lot of people don't know how to say that, but it's Sysica. I'm an artist in Shreveport, Louisiana. Is where I'm located. What conventions are you guys planning on promoting at? Ah, Panama. That's cool. I have family in Florida, but I've never actually personally been there. I'm not sure if you can post videos, but that if you can, that'd be a great way to keep streams and show people clips and things that you could make. I'm not sure if they've considered doing that or not, or if that is part of the system. I've just missed it. also might be a cool idea is have it to where people can subscribe to artists. And the artist can create like little benefits to having subscriptions, kind of like how Twitch does, like giveaways and things like that, or like they get images, high quality images of like of pictures and process and or things that the artist doesn't normally post or doesn't stream. They get access to seeing those things. I think that would be kind of a cool idea, so that people maintain a subscription that they would pay monthly to an artist. Well, that's good. Yeah, I know that I have also open broadcasts. I have it to where it saves my recording every time I'm streaming. So I also have this so that I can post it in other places too. Other art accounts that I have. Maybe share clips of it from Facebook. On Facebook. Let's see. This is what I got so far. Oh, okay, that's good. I'm guessing it sends them an email to the account, the email that's attached to the account. Let's see. Doing the fine detail on the copper on her plastisteel. Or there's little details there. Gotta just slowly hit it. I really hope that this takes off really well. Because, you know, it's great platform, and I would love for it to, you know, become big and help artists the way, you know, artists need this. Something like this. It's very crucial for our livelihoods, honestly. Especially in a world where, you know, everything's so modern and people don't like to leave their homes anymore. Everything's on the computer, and, well, streaming art seems like the next best thing to selling traditional art. And digital art, of course, but selling traditional art gets more and more difficult nowadays. Oh, thank you so much! That's 2 tips tonight. Dirk tipped me earlier. But thank you so much for that. But no, it gets harder and harder for traditional artists nowadays to really, you know, sell their stuff when you can't see the textures in like on a picture. I mean, you can only do so much without seeing it in person, but seeing how it's created helps kind of relieve that, I think. But let's see, that's how it's looking right now. I think so. I think it's going to be great. As long as, you know, we stick with it, and if we grow the community, be very active in it, it should do really well. Okay, I have copper here. I think I'm going to do a little bit of copper on him, because he mostly silver. I think if we do a little copper on him too would be good. There we go. Yep, we just got a network. I have a lot of artists that I'm going to invite to this from the Shreveport, Louisiana area. NWLA area. I know quite a few artists, and I think a few of them, at least, would be interested in this. There are some great traditional artists and quite a few digital artists that I can think of. I used to be part of, well, I was a founding board member to a group called, a non-profit called NWLA Makerspace here. And we were helping create, set up makerspaces with some of the local schools and business incubators. So we had a partnership with LSU, and we technically had a partnership with Louisiana Tech as well, and a place called Cohab, which we got our first space made there in Cohab. And then we're working on another space in LSU's Shreveport, Shreveport's schools around campus. So I know quite a few people, and maybe I can get them into it. I also know a little bit about streaming, so I might see if I can do a little setup class for people here to help them learn how to stream art. Since I'm starting to get a good grasp on it myself.